What's up, fungal associates? Welcome to Completely Arbortrary. It's the podcast about trees and other related topics. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Alex Crowson. And over there on the big green couch, we have a bit of a Casey Clapp on our hands.
Well, you better get your washcloths.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't know what a bit of a Casey Clapp is.
I immediately, my mind kind of defaults to like the most disgusting thing you can think of.
I know that about you.
So, enough said.
Chlamydia.
That's a bit of Casey Clapp.
That's a bit of Casey Clapp. That's when you get the clap from Casey.
Oh, well, here's something you can clap for Casey.
Oh, wow.
If you come to Powell's City of Books, is that their official name?
Not officially, I don't think. I think it's more like the slogan, maybe.
Okay, so Powell's Bookstore, the City of Books.
Yes.
In the City of Roses, Portland, Oregon, October 3rd.
That's right. That's a Friday, baby.
What time are we doing that, Casey?
We're doing it sometime in the evening.
In the evening, you can come to Powell's and you can see Casey and I live in person. And we're going to be talking about Casey's new book, The Trees Around You.
That's right. All right. Technically, it's 7 p.m. on the dot.
Cool. So be there at 6:30, 45, look around a little bit, get a coffee.
Oh, yeah. You better get there like 6 o'clock because not only will I be there, so will Alex Crowson.
That's right. I'll be there.
It's going to be a really fun time. I know. You can't forget about that.
You
gotta be there, Alex.
Oh, shit. I'll be there. Casey, is this a ticketed event?
This is not a ticketed event as far as I know.
Okay. So you can show up confused and talk to an employee. I'm here for a book launch thing with podcasters.
And
That's
they'll be like,
Rose Room.
Exactly. They're going to say, go to this room. It's going to be cool. There's going to be some seats. So here's the deal. Alex and I are going to be there. We have already gone through a run of show.
Yes.
We know exactly what we're going to say.
Oh, yeah,
We know how we're going to say it. We know the whole kit and caboodle. We've also told everyone about this, including you right now. You're listening. Now, here's the thing. If you don't get there early, you're not going to have a seat because there's going to be, I think, approximately, 2,000 people there. That's what I'm saying.
Roughly. There will be a limited number of chairs, and then there will be an unlimited amount of standing room.
Exactly. And there will be Hunger Games to figure out who is going to sit in the chairs.
And first row is the splash zone.
Exactly.
You might get a bit of a Casey Clapp on your hands.
You might get it. Yeah. My mom and my grandma are going to be there.
Oh,
if
so
you're
no
looking.
chlamydia jokes.
Nope. You can. Well, no, that's still fine. Neither of them share my last name.
Yes.
So
okay.
that's fine.
Okay.
But you can sit there. And if you're lucky, you can sit next to my mom, my grandma.
How about that?
Yeah, it's going to be really nice.
And I'll be there.
Well, you can't sit next to Alex either way. You're going to be on stage. You're royalty.
That's true. I will be wearing my crown. So that's October 3rd, 7 p.m., Powell's Books, Portland, Oregon. Be there or be square.
Be there or be square.
And Casey, today is the last episode of our last time visiting plant-based diet, just desserts.
It is true because it's a trilogy.
Yes, of course. It's a 3-course meal.
Exactly. We can't. What do you eat afterwards? What are we going to talk about? Spirits after?
Oh
my God.
Oh my God. A little late night cocktail?
We're going to have a quick revamp of some ideas here.
Sappy hour?
We're going to have, no, Sappy hour comes first, but that's great.
Okay. And today we're talking about a thing that I'm very passionate about.
Oh.
In fact, it's a fruit that I'm passionate about. Of course, you've guessed it, lemons.
I love lemons.
And we'll talk about them after a quick break right here on Completely Arbortrary. Welcome back to Completely Arbortrary. Today we are talking not lemons, you fool. Passion fruit.
We got you.
We got you so good. Wow. Casey, passion fruit, Passiflora.
Nice, Alex.
Something or other.
We are talking about Passiflora lindeniana today.
Lindeniana.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's imagine that you and I know exactly where we are.
Okay.
We're in Hawaii.
Wow.
And we come across, I know that's a little broad. Let me see. We're on the beautiful island of Kauai.
I love that this is where we are.
The Garden Island.
Oh.
And we come across some passion fruit trees. Casey, let's ID this tree.
Let's do it. So, unfortunately, You're geographically a little bit off.
Uh-oh.
We are actually in the northern Andes in Venezuela.
That's a little bit off.
It's a little bit off. I wasn't going to say anything.
The northern Andes is where passion fruit comes from?
No. The passion fruit that you are thinking of does not, it's not what we're actually talking about.
Oh, no.
I have bad news, and I'm sorry to put it out like this.
I know that. You tell me?
The fruit that you are talking about comes from a few different species of passion flower.
Wow.
Of which, I should note, there is something like 550 different species.
Passion flower is the family?
Passiflora, yes. Pretty much, yeah.
The passion flower family? It's kind of colloquial.
Exactly, yeah, because there is colloquialism. A colloquial localism.
Oh.
A local yokel colloquialism.
Okay, I like that.
It's good music, good sounds. Okay. So all right, we got to do a quick. So,
there's no way I'm editing that out.
I know. I'm saying we just got to do that.
Oh,
mentally.
you and I need to get back on track.
No, just I. I say we so that I don't feel so alone.
I'm also a little scatterbrained, but in a fun way.
Yeah, great.
I got this matcha in me.
Yeah, you're feeling good. Alex got an iced matcha.
I got an iced matcha
with honey.
What can I say? I'm a matcha boy.
He's a matcha boy. He's a matcha boy.
Matcha man.
He's a matcha man. I adore this. Okay, so here's a sitch. Passion flower is a family, which is delightfully named, I should note, it's just fun to say, so we're going to try to say it. Passiflora saceae.
Passiflora saceae.
Passiflora saceae.
Would you please pass the flora saceae?
Oh, yeah, sure. I just got it in this jar. So that is the family. It is the genus Passiflora, and that comprises of 550 different species.
Whoa.
Most of them are these vines, lianas, like what Tarzan would swing through in the jungle and things.
Yeah, we talked about this when we talked about Catalpa, I want to say?
Yes,
yeah.
Precisely, because most of that family, Bignoniaceae, is all these other viney kind of plants.
That's right.
So the passion flower that you and I know of is probably not the one that creates the fruit that we eat. So you can go to the store, you can go to the nursery, you can buy the passion flower, a hardy passion flower, things like this.
Okay.
That is just one that has big, beautiful flowers everyone loves.
Okay.
The one that we eat, or the ones I should say, they range from purple passion fruit, which is Passiflora edulis. Then there is Passiflora lingularis, which is sweet granadilla. Then there is Passiflora quadrangularis, which is giant granadilla.
With 4 sides?
Yes, that's exactly it. And then the last one is the banana passion fruit, which is Passiflora tarminiana.
Okay.
So
what are we talking about today?
Well, unfortunately, all of those are vines.
Oh.
And we have a very, very, very strict definition of what we can cover on this podcast.
So all of the passion fruit that we eat come from a vine plant, not a tree.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
We wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And so your boy Casey,
we got to work around
making it happen. This is what we do. This is your heroes out here getting the job done. Okay, guys?
Heroes work here.
Yes, they do. So I gave it a quick Google, actually months ago when we planned this. And I was like, okay, are there any trees in Passiflora? Turns out there is.
Okay.
So there are probably about 60 or 65 species that are in a subgenus of Passiflora that grow like trees or like shrubs or are essentially freestanding, non-tendrilled passion trees. Yeah. Passion shrubs.
Okay.
Passion medium shrub that climbs. It's not quite as vine, but also doesn't have tendrils, but doesn't quite stand up on its own.
It's a tree enough.
This one, actually, that we're talking about, as I said, this is Passiflora lindeniana.
Lindeniana.
Yes.
Named after, of course,
Mr. Linden, Jean-Jules Linden.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a botanist from Belgium.
Oh.
You may recognize his last name from Tilia Lindens.
Yes, sure.
That's the guy.
That was the first mental connection I made, and I thought, there's no way.
There is no way, but it's like so clear. There are magnolias and camellias and all these that are named after the person.
Magnol.
Exactly. Okay. Magnol, Camille.
Okay.
This, it's not lindeniana or linden something. It's just linden. So we just like, oh, that tree is a linden. It should be like a lindenia.
Sure, yeah,
You know?
interesting.
But we just call it straight linden.
It's just a linden.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So he was down in the upper Andes in the northern South America.
Okay.
Found a bunch of these things and ended up sending a lot of these back to Europe and all over the place because he was like, yeah, these flowers are insanely beautiful.
For the flowers.
Flowers,
Because this is the lindenia. This is the non-delicious fruit-bearing one.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're all mostly from the whole genus from South America. There's only like maybe 19 that are from Australasia or Southeast Asia.
Interesting.
So they're really a South American, Central American tropical plant.
I had no idea.
Me neither. They seem like so, I don't know, they seem exotic. And whenever I think of exotic, for whatever reason, I think of like Borneo, weird flowers growing in these tropical South Pacific kind of islands.
Sure.
That's where I imagine these kinds of things come from. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is.
Okay.
So back to a few things. Did you know?
This is what happens when we go off on several tangents
That's true. Yep.
at once.
Exactly.
We have to
You're
take
right.
a step back and then take a step to the left and take another step back and then a step to the right.
Exactly. It's essentially a square dance, but
It's kind of it's kind of Theseus in the labyrinth.
all right.
With the Minotaur.
I totally see you there.
Is that Theseus?
I don't know. You know what? Actually, hold on.
Wow.
Pause. Point of order. Point of order.
You can't help yourself.
What do we want to call this? There is a common name that I found, but it's for, generally speaking, passion fruit.
Okay, what is the common name?
There are two. One is granadilla, which means little grenade.
Yeah.
It actually is
like pomegranate.
It's Spanish for pomegranate.
Yeah.
So this is little pomegranate in Spanish.
Oh, cute.
Which is granadilla.
That's great.
The other one is from the indigenous language of Brazil called maracuya or maracuya.
Okay.
Maracaria.
Wait, spell that, would you?
Maracuya.
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 Well, I want. My heart says I want to call it a little grenade, but my moral obligation as a white man says we should probably call it
Maracuya.
maracuya.
Very fair.
see
Now,
that.
here's one thing. This is from the Tupi language, and it literally is Mara space Kuya in Tupi, and it literally means fruit that serves itself.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That is so much better than little grenade. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Maracuya.
Maracuya. Okay, so this is
How adorable.
the maracuya tree.
Okay.
Is what we're gonna call it.
Sick.
The maracuya fruit, specifically the maracuya tree, grows in the Andes, like I said, Venezuela, and it is a high elevation cloud forest tree.
Wow.
So it grows at almost 8,000 feet, a little bit up. That's kind of the top of the range. And it grows in like a couple small groves as a forest tree. And it gets to about 65 or so feet tall, which is a bona fide full-on tree. In
That's
fact,
a tree, baby.
blows the pomegranate out of the water.
True.
So
This little grenade has big
aspirations.
tree energy. Thank you.
Has
Yeah.
big tree energy. I like this.
No, it has big
Yeah.
aspirations.
Okay. So it is a tree that has been cut down a lot for firewood, but also habitat destruction just for creating new farms, just taking down forests for whatever you're going to be using that land for.
Is it particularly good for firewood?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But
It's just like
everything-
the wood that's around.
Exactly. So I don't
Okay.
think it's good for anything else. Like some wood is very particular for building. Others are good for this or that. This one, they're like, it's just wood. We're just
Okay.
going to cut it down and turn to firewood. Our alder tree out here, the red alder, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
Like they cut it out of the way. It's a big tree and you can cut it into firewood and sell it really easily.
Okay.
So that is generally what I've read it's been cut down for, to the point that it is not quite endangered, like officially speaking, but
okay.
it's on the level because there's only like a handful of different populations in Venezuela and like one in Colombia. And they've gone up and they're like, this tree is like getting cut and destroyed so much that they had to move for a campaign to talk with the people who live there to say, stop cutting down this particular tree.
Wow.
Because it grows so slow. You cut it down, it will slowly grow back or it'll just get completely taken over by all the other trees around it.
Sure. Damn.
So this is a tree of concern for sure.
Wow.
Now, the bark, this is probably why actually they cut it down, Alex. The bark is boring. The bark is just a boring brown bark. It doesn't really scream anything nice or beautiful or fancy. It's just like, oh, there's bark on that tree.
Is it smooth, Casey?
No, it's kind of medium rough. Like
Okay.
it doesn't really do much. But
Bummer.
like that's fine, because that's not the important thing about this.
Sure.
It's like, it's a kind of tree that has utility bark because, well, why are you looking at my bark, dude?
Yeah. I got to put some... I don't want you to see my wood.
Exactly.
I got to put my bark on.
I just got to put my bark on. It's
Just
not
grab
fancy
something.
bark. Just put it on. It's like you got spooked in the middle of the night. This tree just put on the bark that was closest to it.
That's my new favorite way to think of utility barks. Like the clothes you put on in the middle of the night when you hear a weird noise outside.
Yes, exactly. And you have to go look.
It's so funny. Okay, great.
Okay, so here's the thing. The leaves are the second coolest part of this plant.
Okay.
They're long. They're simple. They don't do anything too wild or crazy, except that they can grow from about 4 inches to 3 feet long.
Oh my God.
They can't decide who they are. Are they big leafed or small leaf? They're like, well, whatever kind of leaf I feel like at that moment.
As adults?
Yes.
As adult leaves?
Yeah.
Wow.
Gets huge. And it gets almost about half as wide. It is a rounded leaf that's kind of like a light bluish green. And it has a little tiny tip on the end. It's usually rounded, and it has very prominent veins that come out very pinnately patterned.
Great.
So it's just kind of a nice, normal looking leaf.
It's a good leaf.
In all intents and purposes. It's utility, except for the fact that they can get so gigantic.
Sure. I like to think of this as Japanese utility. Like,
Oh.
Japanese utility is high quality craftsmanship,
Yeah.
simple design.
I see, yeah. That's a good point.
It's not like flashy and gonna break in 6 months. It's
Yeah.
like you can use this for the rest of your life.
But it's not gonna win any awards.
No.
Yeah.
It's
But
not
then
like
again,
a
it
super.
still will.
I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Isn't it? Yeah, I'm with that. So here's the thing that's less interesting, which is the fruit. I'm so sorry to say about this particular species.
Okay.
Don't worry, we're going to come back to this.
They look like little turds. What do you want?
They do. They look like little turds. That's like you took the words out of my mouth. Thank God, because it tasted horrible.
Ew.
Yeah, I had a bunch of turds in my mouth.
Okay, that's where he keeps them.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
make
where I
fun of
do.
it.
Yeah, come on. This is just like what squirrels do. So they're just about 2 inches long, about half as wide. They are hexagonal in cross section. So if you cut them, they look like have a little hexagon. They are. This is a fun new word. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Tomentulose.
Tomentulose. Let me guess.
Yep.
Tomentulose has something to do with tomentose.
Yes.
Which is hair.
Yes.
But I don't know what else.
It's densely hairy is what tomentose means.
Yeah.
So when you add in the UL, it makes everything smaller.
This is tiny little hairs.
These are tiny little hairs very densely packed together. So I have never heard this, but it's just a thing you can do with any kind of word, at least in this kind of technical sense. So tomentulose.
Tomentulose.
There you go, everyone. Write that down 16 times.
That's
Put it in
great.
an essay.
Is it like a pod? It looks like a pod.
It is. It's a green little pod. Technically, here's the real question. It is a berry,
Oh, wow.
but it's also considered a pepo, which a pepo is a berry, but in the same way that a cucumber is a berry or any other kind of melon.
Okay.
So everything in Cucurbitaceae, which is the watermelon and the cucumber family, pumpkins and things like this, they essentially have a really hard freestanding shell. So the outer skin is hard versus something like a tomato where if you take the skin off, the skin just kind of falls to the ground. So that's like, this is technically a berry, but the berry itself is kind of has a hardened outer side that then has everything berry-like in the middle. So it's kind of like, technically, so it's really like, a pepo is a pepo, a berry. Yes, kind of, but like, so is technically a Hesperidium, which is a lemon or an orange, if you recall from those talks way long ago.
Okay.
So really,
it's not exactly something you'd want to forage and just put in your mouth and say yum yum.
No, apparently it's actually pretty unpalatable, and there's no reason to really eat it. The outer bit is hard and brittle. The inner bit is white and fleshy, but it doesn't really do anything for you.
This is upsetting.
It's upsetting, but
come on, you have the passion fruit name. Make something of yourself.
Do something with it.
Well, Casey, I guess maybe the saving grace
for everything
of this tree is a flower.
Oh my God.
This flower is nice.
Tell me your initial impressions of this flower.
I think it's beautiful.
Okay, enough said.
But I think it's like fine.
What?
It didn't blow me away.
How does it not
Casey
blow you
leaned
away?
over to make sure I was looking at the right picture.
What? I am taken aback.
No, it is nice. Okay, well, let me tell you what I like about it.
Okay.
I think the petals are fine, the white petals.
Okay.
I really like, was it the stamen?
It's not.
What is that? Those are probably
This is what's exciting.
Other things.
This is the exciting thing. They are the other things.
I know, but why don't you go ahead and tell everybody else?
See, Alex does this all the time. Did you know Alex has been able to do a backflip his entire life? He just never wanted to.
I don't like the attention.
I get it, man, but I just want to see it. Okay, so passion flowers are unique amongst flowers.
Tell me why.
Because, well, they're in a class of flowers that is unique, I should say, in a group. This group is not a clade. It's not a particular set of traits that are passed down. It's just a thing that you can have on a flower that every now and then is really incredible. Other times it just doesn't exist. It's called a corona.
Yes.
So,
okay,
a corona, you may be familiar like with the corona of the sun. Yeah, It's like this outer kind of bit, this
kind of
ring.
halo sort of.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, that's a perfect description. It's also a Mexican lager beer.
Yes,
but that's
true.
Unrelated. Why do they share the name? I don't know.
It's because it's a sunshine in a bottle.
I suppose that's right, but it's just the outer bit of sunshine. It's just the sunshine they scrape off from the outside.
This is true.
And then they put it in the bottle.
Doesn't it also mean crown in Spanish?
Yes, I think so. Maybe that's the
king
thing.
of beers.
Oh my God, it's the Mexican king of beers.
Yes.
Alex, this actually changes my whole perspective on sugar.
Wow.
Because that is precisely what this should be.
Okay.
Oh my God.
This is like the Andean king of flowers.
I can't handle this.
Casey is gobsmacked.
Okay, so let's start from the outside.
Okay.
Because this is the thing. So the petals and the sepals are, in this case, in our tree, white. They also are kind of alternated. So instead of being, there's 5 of them. So instead of being like right on top of each other, they're kind of like rotated 50% so that they all kind of pop in the space in between the other.
It's nice.
So it looks like there's 10 petals, but really the outer ones, the lower ones down, if you're looking from if the flower's pointed up.
Yep.
The pedicel is, the peduncle, which is the stem that the flower is attached to. That's on the bottom. Then you have the sepals, 5 of them on the outside. You have the petals, 5 of them, which is the next layer, the next whirl of appendages going up. Then you have this really long, tall, skinny stick, this stalk that's popping out from the middle of the flower. Do you see that?
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That is called the androgynophore.
Of course it is.
Everyone, one more time. Androgynophore.
What's the androgynophore?
Well, Alex, it's for pollination.
Oh, great.
It is.
Looks like a little control tower in the middle.
It does.
Yeah.
That's a perfect thing. It looks like all these different like bits and parts. It looks like antenna and things, right?
Yeah, totally.
So essentially, that is this long stalk that comes up from the base of the flower. That base connects, and it's all the different sexual parts all fused together on that stalk. Then out pops the pistils and the stamen. There are 3 pistils and there are 5 stamen.
It is kind of brilliantly designed.
It really is, but that's not the end of it. The corona appears down at the base of that and grows kind of off the petals. And for those of you who can't quite picture this, give a Google to a passion flower. All those weird little tendrils, those filaments that come out, those are the corona. There are many different colors. Most of the time, they're like a purple-white half the time.
It's kind of ring around the center.
Yes, exactly. And there can be inner rings, there can be outer rings, there can be up to 8 of these individual whorled rings. And if you also want to be like, okay, I can't really picture this, I'm driving right now, I'm not going to give this a Google, think of a daffodil. And daffodils have their petals that are on the outside, usually they're white, and then on the inside is this like orange or yellow little circle. That is the corona of a daffodil. So that is this weird part, but the corona on a daffodil is like a cup. The corona on these are just all these fringed little filaments that come out.
Yeah.
And it gives the passion flower like its really unique, amazing, like textural appearance kind of thing.
And I want to mention that it's not like a solid like cup around the middle.
Exactly.
It's like jail bars. Like it's little parts that are coming out, but it's not messy. It's very like straight edged. It's hard to describe actually.
You know those wooden dinosaur models that you could get at like a anywhere, or like dinosaurs or bears or whatever, and they're like you just slide the little bits of balsa wood together or something. That's what this reminds me of, because I remember doing those as a kid. And you'd make like a big dinosaur, and you'd have to put the ribs on.
Yeah.
This is like the ribs of the dinosaur that you just go.
Funny. Yeah.
That's how I imagined it.
I kind of imagine one of those little wooden boxes. I forget, they're an instrument.
Oh yeah.
You go, clink, 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 clink.
Yeah.
These little like tin.
Let's just call them filaments.
Yeah, they're filaments.
Yeah. The name of that instrument's actually a corona.
That's amazing. That's actually amazing.
So the passion flower that you're used to, if you're in your brain right now, you're thinking passion flower, you're thinking of the ones that have white petals with a corona / petals that like fade from really dark purple to white.
Look like a plate of spaghetti.
Exactly, but a very strangely colored spaghetti. And then kind of like a light greenish kind of central part with all the androgynospore. Our maracuya has a yellow, like bright banana yellow corona. And then everything else is white.
Looks nice.
So it just looks it looks to me very clean, like you said. All of the individual filaments on that corona, they're not frilly. They come out and they're flattened vertically.
Yeah.
And so they just come out and they're like shunk, shunk, shunk.
Yeah.
And they don't cross over. So it has a really clean, very like jail bar-esque look to it for sure.
The sepals on the bottom are nice and like thick and firm, smooth. And then the petals that come out on top are very kind of frilly and delicate lace looking.
Exactly.
Love it.
It's gorgeous. I'm so happy that you have come around.
Yeah. I just had to learn a little bit about it.
Oh, well, isn't that just the truth?
Well, Casey, that's our tree.
That sure is our tree.
I got to be honest, kind of a whiff until the very end there.
Okay.
The flower's great.
Good to know.
The flower's great. The rest of the elements are like,
yeah.
And
honestly, I think that's very fair. This is, I had to find a tree to talk about. And
hey,
this is
not a criticism of you, my
feeling
friend.
Attacked.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm feeling attacked.
If anything should feel attacked, it's this tree. I'm gonna make firewood out of it.
Oh, thank you, Alex, for that. Thank you.
A little touchy,
It's a little touchy. This thing's threatened.
I know. Sorry. Well, what are we gonna talk about?
Well, mostly, I wanted to talk about the food today because this is such a strangely silly plant.
Dude.
Where it's very rare. There's a lot of them, but this one's just kind of like this random one that hides up there in the mountains that people are like, we need to pay attention to this tree.
Yeah.
It doesn't produce something that's good and tasty, so no one's eating this tree. People are trying to grow it all over the place because it grows at such high elevation. It has a certain amount of hardiness to it. But every time someone is trying to plant this species, it grows really quick from seed, but then it often ends up dying because of either gets a fungus or it doesn't have a fungus that it needs or something else. But for whatever reason, it's kind of this weird, like everyone wants to grow it, but it kind of grows for a little bit, starts to bloom after 10 years, must be pollinated by another tree. So it cannot be, it's not self-fertile. So if you want to get seeds for whatever reason, you have to really grow it with a couple other trees around. Then you can throw it out there. So people started growing it all over the place because A, it's got those beautiful flowers, it grows as a tree, and it's most hardy. So you can find it down in New Zealand. There's some up in the UK. I'm sure there's a bunch in the United States. I just don't know exactly where. But probably all over, almost every single botanic garden probably has a few of these.
Sure.
The thing that I ended up finding, that I was like, well, okay, this is a nice tree. It's people are planting it. It's doing this. I ended up looking up just the passion fruit. I was like, why is it called the passion fruit?
Yeah.
And I never knew why they called it the passion fruit. And I have learned why they call it the passion fruit.
Well, I got to say first about the passion, it absolutely killed it with the name.
You think so?
The passion fruit is such a character. I could talk about this forever.
Okay.
It's such an interesting taste, texture. It is so confident in its delivery of its fruits.
You're saying the fruit itself,
yes,
the fruit that serves itself, is also confident in itself.
That very much so. It is center stage and has no problem with that.
That's incredible.
I just think it's so bold. The flavor is so bold. The first time I ate it, I felt like I had, I don't know, like received like positive electric shock therapy or something.
Wow.
It is so insanely flavorful, and I just love it for that.
Okay, which is good. So one of the resources I found said the flavor is of subtle composition and delicious. It is also very strong.
Subtle composition?
Subtle composition is what they said.
Okay, I wonder what they mean by that. But it is very strong. Yeah.
It's a great question. I don't know. I was hoping you would tell us.
Subtle composition?
Yes, you're the food person here.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. Whenever you get the flavor notes of coffee or some other drink, you're like, okay, what is burnt rubber taste like? I mean, why don't this wine is not really getting me going with this description.
Yeah, I don't know what subtle composition. Maybe subtle composition is in like it's just like seeds in a thing and you eat them.
Yes, this is the flavor of a dark cloud.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Hey, there's nothing subtle about the flavor.
Okay, this is the thing. I had a passion fruit that was dried for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Dried?
It was dried, as in like, you take a kiwi or any other fruit, like a mango is very popular.
Dehydrated?
That's it. Yep.
Okay, what form did it take?
A small little disc.
And including the skin?
I don't think so.
Okay, a small little disc.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe it was a passion fruit.
Strange.
I believe it was from Trader Joe's.
Really?
That's all I know.
Okay.
Anyway, it's besides the point. I think
don't
that was
know
the very
if
first time.
It seems very much the point.
This is the point. Okay. Well, the thing that I really wanted to talk about is how it got the name passion.
Yes.
I don't think it's what you mean.
You don't think it's what I mean?
No. You just said it's a passionate fruit.
Oh, sure. It's so strong and it's a passion. Okay, yeah.
It's actually something a little bit different.
Is it named? Well, okay. Tell me who, what, when, where, why.
Jesus Christ, Alex.
The passion, the passion of the flower.
Yes.
The passion of the fruit.
Alex, you're exactly right. It is the passion of the flower.
Okay.
It's the passion of the fruit. It's the passion of the Christ.
Is it really Christ?
Literally.
Okay.
I'm not even being a little bit silly about this.
Wow.
This flower is so intense and beautiful. And it was so very popular and was growing all over the place down in, like I said, 550 different species. Down in Brazil, it's all over the place as vines and all these other things. Of course, if you have a village or you have something that you are planting or growing plants around, it's a food. You can eat many different species. But also, it's just beautiful. Why would you not want to look at that and see it and smell it? They're all just so wonderful.
You just want to have them around.
Yeah, exactly. They also, I should note about the flowers that they have like these little pockets with nectar at the very base.
Ooh.
So animals will come in and get into the nectar, but in order to do that, they have to go through the those little tendrils.
Cool.
And they also have to get all the pollen on them. So it's a really clever way to get pollinated by insects and like hummingbirds, right?
Oh, yeah, love it.
But so here's the thing. It is named after Jesus Christ.
Okay.
In English, passion flower, you'll notice that there is no term that has to do with passion or love or something like that in the Tupi term for it, which is, again, that's the maracuya.
The fruit that serves itself.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they said, oh, well, this is the fruit that serves itself. My guess is because when you cut it in half, the fruit essentially kind of creates a cup filled with the delicious things that you're trying to eat.
And just drink it out.
Exactly. So it's like that is actually a really funny, hilarious, but very clear and obvious, perfect name. It's one of those names that I'm just like, that makes perfect sense.
I know. They really nailed it.
They nailed it.
It's really good.
So the passion.
I would say there's officially too much buildup. Tell me what's going on.
I know there is.
Casey's stalling.
I'm not stalling. I just think it's a little silly. And this is just my own opinion. It's from missionaries. So missionaries came over down into Brazil, and they're like, we are going to name this Flor de las Cinco Lagos.
Flor de las Cinco Lagos. 5 lakes.
5 wounds.
Oh, excuse me.
Which is translated, I should say, not less, los. Flower of the 5 wounds.
5 wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Now, this is from Jesuit missionaries who are educating all of the locals, with air quotes, thank you, to teach the locals about the crucifixion of Christ.
Great.
So here's how it breaks down. Each part corresponds to a particular emblem of the passion, according to this Oxford thing that I had found. You ready for this?
This is like hidden treasure, national treasure. All these clues.
There's all these clues.
Each part of the passion flower corresponds to a piece of Jesus.
Exactly. 3 styles. So I told you that it has that central androgynophore.
How about this?
Yep.
You tell me.
Okay.
You tell me the flower part.
Okay.
And I will try to guess what it corresponds to in Jesus.
Okay, great. 3 styles.
The 3 bodies of holy God. You have God, you have the generous Spirit, Holy Spirit, and you have Jesus Christ.
Wrong.
Oh.
You are right about the facts of the matter, but the connection's not there. Remember, this is about the crucifixion of Christ.
Oh, specifically. Okay. The 3 styles. I'm going to say the 3. This is my first guess.
Yep.
The 3 nails that they nailed into Jesus.
Easy. Yes, precise.
Got it.
1 in each hand, 1 in the feet.
And they kind of look like nails.
They kind of look like nails. They're popping out in a real way. So now we're being converted. Watch out, Alex.
Oh, my God.
That's how they get you. Okay, the 5 stamens.
The 5 stamens. Probably... 5 stamens. Boy, Casey. Mm-hmm. There's only so much. I don't know.
Okay, this one is...
Give me a hint.
It's very similar to what you just said. In fact, same parts. But it's not the things that caused it.
It is the things themselves.
Yes.
Hands, feet, head.
Not quite. It's wounds is what it is.
Oh, the wounds that the nails created.
Yes, exactly. So
1, 2, 3, 4.
2 for the hands,
and then
1, 2 for the feet, and then he was
spear,
stabbed by that goddamn Roman.
Yeah, that goddamn Roman.
So that is 5. The ovary, which is oval and set on a stalk.
Maybe the sign above him that says King of the Jews.
No, but that would be a good one. This one I don't really quite understand.
Tell me.
It's taken to be either the sponge soaked in vinegar and offered on a stick, or the hammer used to drive in the nails.
Okay.
Exactly.
Weak.
I'm like, okay, that's a bit of a stretch.
Starting to
My
fall
Jesuit
apart.
missionaries.
My Jesuit friends.
Okay, the spiky corona.
The spiky corona is probably the crown of thorns.
That's exactly
I mean, literally, yeah.
Yeah, it is a crown of thorns. Yep, exactly.
Wow.
And the equal petals and sepals, 5 each.
5 each.
Which end up being 10.
Yeah. Oh, his followers.
Yes.
His disciples.
Specifically, the apostles. Excluding Peter and Judas.
Of course.
Of course, because, well, doesn't he famously have 12, but this plant only has 10? So, yeah, we're just going to take away those other ones.
Yeah, we don't like Peter as Jesuits, and Judas was the betrayer.
And Judas was the betrayer, which is kind of
easy
like,
choice.
Easy choice. It's obvious. This plant knew it before we did.
This is also, they're getting a little loosey-goosey.
They're getting a little loosey, and it is, now they call it the passion flower, because it's the passion of the Christ, which is his crucifixion, and they were just converting and basically saying, no, look at this flower, it's all these things, and they found all these like weird symbols, which is just like, Jim Carrey in 21. You just add everything up, and oh my God!
It sucks that they probably noted this, and then we're like, this is proof.
Exactly, of course it is
that you're heathens.
Yeah, you need to be on our thing. So that's why it's called the passion flower, the passion fruit, and all that kind of stuff.
Is the passion of the Christ an official term that means his crucifixion?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that
not
whole
just
process.
a
I believe.
movie by Mel Gibson.
No, but that movie by Mel Gibson is about that precise subject.
Yeah, I knew that much. Yeah. that sucks.
Yeah, it's
you
honestly,
knew I wouldn't like this.
Of course not. This is why he stalled, Alex. He's gonna be so mad when I actually tell him. Yeah, it's just very, it's for me personally, which I think I'm not gonna speak for you, but I think you probably agree. I think it's just classic. I don't like missionary ideals.
I don't either.
This is my biggest thing about religion. Everyone in the world, have your own religion. Totally fine with that. That's okay. But the thing that I've always gotten, like, there's just been this one thing where as soon as you cross a line, I'm like, shut up, now I hate you. Every other time, whatever, I'm not religious myself, other people are, do your thing. It's when you try to say, oh, my religion's right, your religion's wrong, and I'm going to force that on you.
Yeah.
And way back in the colonial days, religion was very much used as a means of colonialization.
Yes.
That was the whole thing.
Slavery was all based around religion.
I'm better than you. You are nothing, and this is because I have this God, better than thou kind of thing.
I am man, and I hold dominion over beasts, and I look at you as a beast.
Exactly. It's so absolutely thoroughly embedded in our culture, and has been for the last, at the minimum, 1,500 years. It has caused such a huge amount of destruction and loss of culture around this entire world. Don't even get us started.
Don't do it.
But now that you have, so whenever I see something like this, where I'm like, for me, it's just such blatant bullshit.
I know.
I'm like, you're just making things up. Like, you're even skipping 2 apostles to make it work. Like, this is just...
Casey just got so sassy.
It is. It's just, I don't like that. And that is one of the bothersome things that I come across. I haven't really come across it recently, but...
You mean sort of the missionary aspect?
ideal,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
but,
I haven't come across missionary in a while myself, Casey.
Oh, geez. Yeah, we should... let's talk about this. Let's talk about being missionaries. Yeah, it's just the idea of going to another country and setting up a church or doing like even to the modern day. Like I've known people in my life in the last 10 or 15 years.
Same.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? You're going to like South America to plant a church? That's the term. You're planting a church.
Oh boy.
And I just have to bite my tongue and be like, okay, wonderful. I don't want to talk about this anymore because I hate the idea that you're going to go down and tell people they're wrong, and in order to be saved, they have to do something like this.
Yeah.
Because it comes with all these things. We've talked about religion and ecology. We've talked about how these like fundamental changes in culture have these huge impacts that are so thorough throughout. And I know we're just talking about little passion flower here, but when I read that, I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's lame as fuck.
It ruins the whole name of the plant for me.
It does for me too, Casey.
Yeah.
I actually feel genuine disappointment.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that is not what I wanted this to be.
Yeah, if you need to listen. Well, the crazy thing is that I feel like Christians will defend the missionary thing.
Oh, sure.
Because
everyone
like
would.
it says very explicitly in the Bible, like spread the word.
Yes.
But it's
spreading the good news.
Yeah, but it's like so old, and it's like would you call this like neo-colonialism?
I would call
like,
it
or just colonialism.
It's just colonialism, yeah.
Like even modern day going on like a mission or
Yeah.
like, I'm going to Africa to like stand on a street corner and tell a bunch of people who barely speak English to put their hand on a Bible and swear their lives to Christ.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
I know that people believe in their heart of hearts and all that jazz about like they're spreading the good message of something.
You just can't do it.
Which is fine. You know what? If you want to go spread the message of whatever your morality is, that's fine. But my issue is that whenever they do, the premise is that your morality is wrong. And that has caused so much cultural destruction in our whole fucking planet.
Yeah.
And it bothers me to no end.
And then every religious text says, little secret, this is the real one.
Exactly. So it's like everyone's right and everyone's wrong, and now we have wars about it. And what about all the people that had their own beliefs, and now those have been just kind of completely destroyed?
Yeah.
Maracuya is like, it's of this particular language, and it is way better than passion flower looking into it.
Yeah, looking into it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, that is,
damn.
You guys nailed the name.
Fuck.
Like, because of what the plant looks like and how it's ingested versus this other name where they just kind of squishily made it up just to push their
agenda.
Their agenda.
Well, here's my question now. Before we go to break, let's talk about the title of this episode.
Okay.
Because up until 5 minutes ago, the title was going to be the name of the dessert we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And then in parentheses, we put the name of the tree.
Yeah.
I was going to put passion fruit because it's... You see it, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You know what we're going to be doing.
If I put maracuya, everyone's going to be like, what is that?
Yeah.
And if nothing else, Casey and I are voracious capitalists.
Oh, yeah.
We need those download numbers, baby. But
Goes without saying.
at the same time, we're very conscious men.
Yes. In my book, I even said pay when instead of monkey puzzle, and I addressed it and saying, hey, honestly, this name's just better.
That's
I like
sick.
this name better for multiple different reasons.
And it's true that maracuya is 1,000 times better for several reasons than passion fruit. I kind of think we should go with maracuya.
You know what I think?
What?
I think that it should be the fruit that serves itself.
Wow.
Passion tree.
Well, Casey, I like that idea.
Or something like that.
It's a good idea. But for plant-based diet, just desserts, I've been doing the name of the dessert,
Oh.
which is important.
Then in that case, I would say the name of dessert. Then I would say the tree that serves itself.
Wow. That's grabby.
Everyone would be like, what is that?
What the fuck is that?
And you're like, well, I don't know what that dessert is, and I want that dessert to serve itself to me.
That sounds great.
That's what I choose.
Okay, done deal.
All right, let's shake on it.
Okay, everybody, that was the fruit that serves itself. We got to give a rating to this tree. And we're going to do so after a quick break, but we'll be right back with a completely arbitrary plant-based diet, just desserts. Welcome back to completely arbitrary plant-based diet, just desserts. That was our discussion of the fruit that serves itself. Casey, it's time to give a rating to this tree. And here's how it works.
I'm ready.
For the last time, we will be giving some final thoughts on this tree and then be giving it a rating of 0 to 10 golden poems of honor in honor of plant-based diet. Casey is our resident expert and Jesuit. We'll begin with you.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Alex.
No, that's too far. I would never make that joke.
I appreciate it. Okay, so here's what I think. I think this is a pretty cool little tree. I think it's a cool little tree for a few different reasons, which I will now enumerate. I like that it has gigantic leaves.
Yeah.
When it decides it wants to have gigantic leaves. I like this flower because I like its subtlety, personally. It's a flower that's not like, I'm going to go wild, but it's just wild enough where you're like, whoa, I'm going to stop and look at that, and I'm just going to get into it. I think that's nice. It's not too much. It's not enough. I also think that being a freestanding version of Passiflora is really fun.
Yeah.
Is they're like, you know what? We're going to do it differently, and I'm going to get rid of the tendrils that usually I use to grow up on everything else. So it has become a tree 100%. It's not just, okay, I'll do it. It's like, no, I'm a tree. And I'm not even gonna have all these other things that help me grow around.
The farm boy who left home for Hollywood,
Exactly.
make it big, and ended up in porn.
Well, they were good at porn. I don't know if that's quite the exact metaphor.
It works perfect. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you. So I don't know. I kind of dig it, and I kind of dig that it's a subtle tree that grows in a very particular area. It doesn't like take over. It's not a wild, gigantic, huge thing. It's just kind of like, hey, I'm here, just so you guys know, and please don't cut me down. Thank you.
And then they cut it down.
So we got to deal with that. But I don't know. There's something that I like about it in its non-pretentiousness.
Okay. A subtle composition, remember from earlier?
Exactly.
This is the tree with the real subtle composition.
This is like really there.
Yeah.
So I dig that. It's kind of it's the mysterious tree on the edge of the forest who doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And you're like, who's that? I don't know. It's exactly it.
We call him Strider.
We call him Strider. I also, the one time I had a passion fruit, it was delicious. I also have passion fruit, the flavor, all the time.
Sure.
Most recently in a kombucha.
Have you had a fresh passion fruit?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
No. So I think it's pretty great. So I'm going to give it I'm going to give it like 6.7.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why that it's better or worse than other plants.
Well, great.
So I'm gonna give it that many golden poems of honor.
A 6.7 from Casey Clapp. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. This is tough.
It's tough.
Because until earlier today, when we started recording, I kind of thought, this is my fault. It's not your fault. I kind of thought we were talking about this non-existent tree that is called a passion fruit that produces the passion fruit that I know and love.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a stretch on my end.
No, it's okay.
Thank you.
So I guess I can give a rating to the tree we're technically talking about, and I should do that.
Yes.
And that rating is probably, I think it's nice.
If you could see Alex's face right now, you guys, he's trying hard to say nice.
I'm gonna say 6.75.
Oh wow, one up above me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I gotta.
That's very surprising, but okay, great.
So that's my rating for this tree.
Huh.
But just because it's just desserts,
Yeah.
can I have a little treat and give a rating to the viney passion fruit that we love? Purple passion fruit, I guess.
Only because you've come this far.
Edulous,
correct.
Wow. I love passion fruit.
You are taken.
Truly. The love I have in my heart for mango and passion fruit, I wish I could feel that way about a human, I just can't get there.
That is so sweet.
I'm sociopathic. Passion fruit is so, like I said, it's like so confident in its delivery of its, you just cut it open and there it is. Eat me.
Yeah.
And you eat it and you're like, wow. Like the flavor itself is astoundingly tart and sweet. It is like the perfect balance. I had a fresh one for the first time when I was in Hawaii recently.
Yeah.
I cannot even describe it. I cut it open and it actually still had the seeds were still in its like sack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a membrane.
Uh-huh.
And I pulled it out and it was like a little bag of pulp. It's amazing.
That sounds horrible.
And I pinched a little thing open and I put the whole thing in my mouth and I like squeezed it out as I was squeezing like a.
You're eating it like a cartoon character eats a whole thing of grapes.
Exactly.
Incredible.
Yeah, or like a cartoon cat eats a fish and just pulls out the bones.
Yeah.
It was a highlight of my life.
Interesting.
That fruit is so insanely delicious.
Huh.
It was on the border of being too tart.
Yeah.
Where I was like, whoa, like a dare candy that's like super sour, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But oh my God, so delicious.
Okay.
And obviously, it also works with so many different things.
Yeah.
It's so strong and so tart that it cuts through
Yeah.
so many like richer flavors.
Uh-huh.
So you find it like cheesecakes. Passion fruit's a great cheesecake fruit topping.
Amazing.
Anything that's like really rich, cream based, you put passion fruit on it and
Yeah.
it balances the whole thing perfectly.
Damn.
Which will come up in our next segment.
Really?
I'm going to give passion fruit a 10.
No way. I knew that was coming. I could
course.
feel it. That's obvious.
Why not?
You're just a fruit guy. You're just a fruit.
I'm just a bit of a
guy.
fruit.
Jesus.
Thank God this isn't the 80s.
Thank God this is in the 80s.
You fucking fruit.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I love.
I'm not surprised. I can't even act like I'm surprised. I knew it was happening.
Yeah.
That's why we saved it for last.
That's right. It's truly the best for last. All right, Casey. Well, that was maracuya.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
And it is time for our Just Dessert segment where we talk about Pavlova.
So what exactly is a Pavlova?
Have you ever eaten a Pavlova?
No, but I've had that response before.
What?
A Pavlovian response.
Oh,
Pavlovian
Casey.
response.
Pavlova, Casey. Let me take you back
Please.
to roughly 1881
Okay.
year. And the place, St. Petersburg, Russia.
I love St. Petersburg, Russia.
And a little baby is born on that day, on that day of 1881.
Yes, that one particular day.
Her name is Anna Pavlova,
Okay.
or Pavlova. She grew up to be one of the most famous, well-loved, successful ballerinas to ever grace the stage.
Oh, okay.
Anna found herself eventually touring the world with her own ballet company. She was like prima ballerina for the big, I forget what it's called, the big ballet company in Russia.
What?
She was a superstar, and she was so well loved and was so successful that she was the first ballerina to tour the world.
Really?
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
And her big renowned thing was this dance called the Dying Swan.
The Dying Swan. Okay, I've heard of this in a Man song.
How about that?
Yeah.
It's a solo piece, so it's
Okay.
just her, and it wasn't choreographed by her, but she performed it.
Okay.
And that's what she was super duper famous for. And I posted a clip of that on our Instagram at Arbortrary Pod. If you want to see a little clip of her dancing.
Wow. Honestly, that
Very old
explains
footage.
so much.
What does?
So that's on Instagram. We posted it to say, hey, everyone, check this out.
Yeah.
And I had no goddamn idea what it was that you were referring to. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, let's put this out on the internet. Why? Don't know.
Yep. That's Anna Pavlova. And on her world tour, or one of her world tours, I think she went on a couple, she spent some time in Australia, Casey. And the Australians in Adelaide, Brisbane, Sydney, 1929, just 2 years before her death, by the way.
Yeah.
They just fucking loved her, as everyone did. So that's the woman, Anna Pavlova. Now imagine, Casey, close your eyes for me.
Okay.
Imagine a ballerina. And she's wearing a round white frilly tutu and a bodice.
Okay.
Now, imagine a dessert. It's delicate but firm, strong cake of meringue. But it's creamy on the inside, soft like a marshmallow.
Yeah.
And it's topped with whipped cream, fresh fruit.
Sounds really nice.
Maybe that fruit is the pulp of the passion fruit.
My God, it's the cake that serves itself.
It kind of sounds like Pavlova was based on Pavlova.
The cake is meant to represent all of this.
Now,
is it a cake? Can I open my eyes?
You can open your eyes, Casey. Sorry, I forgot to mention. What if I was nude?
Oh my God.
Close them. So here's my theory. It's well known that Pavlova, the dessert, is named after Anna Pavlova.
Really? And it's like because was it invented in Australia?
Yes.
Wow.
But it is my suspicion, and I think it's pretty obvious, that the presentation of the Pavlova cake represents, like, visually looks like a ballerina.
Wow.
Right? So here's how you make a Pavlova, Casey.
Okay.
You have meringue. Do you know what meringue is, Casey?
No.
You've certainly heard of it.
I have, but really, truly, no, I don't know what it constitutes.
Okay. Meringue is simply egg whites whipped to shit. You whip the fuck out them whites.
Okay.
And you put some sugar in there so it's sweet,
Wow.
And that's kind of it. You can put flavoring in it, but it's mostly just egg whites. And then once you have your that meringue, you can bake it.
Yeah.
You put it in the oven. For Pavlova, you form kind of like a circle shape on your baking sheet.
Yeah.
Put it in the oven. It's low and slow.
This is the tutu-esque
Sure.
of it, right? Okay.
Yeah, the white frilly.
Yeah.
It's low and slow in the oven until the meringue on the outside will kind of like harden. And the texture that gives it's chewy, it's firm, it's so delicious. The inside, if done, it can be done in a lot of different ways. The inside traditionally should be a little softer, but still chewy, sticky, almost like marshmallow texture.
Yeah.
You're like a homemade marshmallow, not one out of like a bag, that's like oil based.
Totally, yeah.
Like a real marshmallow.
Oil based.
That sort of firm, spongy texture.
Petrol.
Yes. It's just delightful. And then you can a lot of places will crack the top like a brulee.
Yeah.
And then put the fruit topping on top, and the juices of the fruit kind of seep
into
down
it. Yeah, make a little color and everything.
My mouth's watering.
Wow, yeah, you're having the response.
I'm having a Pavlovic response to talking about Pavlova.
That's amazing.
It's one of the best desserts. I was unable to find one.
Yeah, I remember you messaged and said, hey, we have news. I cannot find a single Pavlova in the city of Portland.
And here's the thing. Years ago, I watched a YouTube video on how Pavlova is made.
What?
And I was like, whoa, this looks insane. There's like so many steps to it, and it's like very delicate process. And you have to be very like deliberate and make it ahead of time, and then like bake it once and then like let it cool and then like put it back in the oven for a little while. So I was very turned off to the idea of attempting this.
Yeah.
This morning, as I was preparing for this episode, I looked it up. It could not be simpler.
Wait, what?
100%. If I had looked at this yesterday or the day before, I would have been like, oh, I could make this. But I just assumed from memory
that it was going to be
it was a really complex
hard.
process. That I'm a bad baker. First of all, I can cook, but I can't bake.
Okay.
And so I totally could have made us a Pavlova. And I'm very sorry.
What?
I know.
That's all right.
Maybe I will, in traditional Alex Crowson fashion, make one for next episode.
Yeah.
Just lagged behind.
I mean, just looking at this, I would take it. This looks amazing.
However, I found a hilarious substitute.
Okay.
At Trader Joe's, they have this box of little mini meringue cookies. They're just meringue.
Okay.
And I found some passion fruit yogurt.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go into the kitchen real quick.
Okay.
And I'm going to sort of jury rig us a little passion fruit dessert.
Oh, this is
a la
perfect.
Crowson.
A la Crowson. This is how, Alex, true food is made.
My first food of the day. This will be good.
Alex, did you just say this is the first food of your day?
Yeah, this will be the first thing I eat today. Now, Casey, I've included a little full meringue thing on the side there.
Okay, this big guy
that you're welcome to try on its own.
Okay,
but this is Pavlova a la Crowson.
Okay. This looks amazing.
So it is the meringue cookies from Trader Joe's topped with their passion fruit yogurt.
I've had meringue
and
before.
Fresh raspberries.
I have had meringue before. It turns out, I'm pretty sure.
Lemon meringue pie.
I've seen these. I've seen these kind of little cookie things here, and I never knew what they were, and I don't think I liked them. But we're gonna find out.
Buckle up.
I don't get it.
This is really good.
This is super tasty. This is like a nice parfait. A parfait made of sugar and eggs.
Yeah.
How is it hard?
What?
How is the meringue hard?
Because you bake it.
I don't get that.
I know.
It's like chalky almost.
Yeah, this meringue
Blows
is like,
my mind.
Not the highest quality.
Oh, I see.
But it should be sort of, it should have that kind of like firm, kind of shale-like texture sometimes,
Shale. Yeah, that's what I want in my food. Hard, flat rock. I'm going to focus here on on this yogurt. Passion fruit is intense.
I know I was
Just zings
worried
straight to you.
I know. I was worried that it was going to be too weak of a flavor, but passion fruit is so strong that even a little bit is like,
It's just going to come straight through.
wow, I can taste that 100%.
Yeah, this is amazing. Honestly, really good dessert. Everyone should try this.
I would eat this every day.
I feel like I want to put a little like maple granola on top.
Wow.
Passion fruit maple.
Sure.
That's a good flavor?
Round it out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it is. That's
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's a perfect flavor.
Yes, it's the perfect flavor.
Thank you, Alex. Alex,
What?
as we're eating, we have to catch up at the end of our series. Do a little review. Do a little reflection. Mm-hmm. How much meat have you had in the last month?
Veganism update.
We break into this lovely podcast to bring you news that's very important.
Breaking chews.
Breaking shoes.
That's still boys. Well, I made a very strong statement at the beginning of this series that I was going to go vegan. I have not done so.
What?
You're not surprised.
I am.
Get me in a Catholic booth. What are those called?
A confessional.
Yeah, confessional.
Yeah.
Basically, here's what happened. I said, I'm going to go vegan. And then that night, just unconsciously ate dinner. And I was like, fuck, this is full of animal products. And then the next day I was like, you got to remember to be vegan. And I went grocery shopping and I bought all my normal stuff. I got home and I was like, fuck, all this shit.
So you've just completely forgot to be vegan.
A little bit. But here's what I think it did do for me, Casey. Okay. Even the proclamation that like I'm considering veganism, I've definitely eaten less meat than I usually do.
Okay.
It's like not the first thing I think of when I think of like a nice big meal, you know? Mm-hmm. I've been eating a lot more vegetables.
Nice.
I bought tofu from a store for the first time and like made food with it at home. I made like a tofu scramble that was very good. Mm-hmm. And I also think this is maybe coincides with some other like mental work I've been doing. Mm-hmm. Casey, traditionally, I have struggled with like, eating beyond the point where I am satiated.
Oh, yeah. Just keep on eating.
Overeating, I guess you might call it.
What's in front of me? Eat it.
Yeah, totally. Or like, I'll have seconds, but without even thinking, like, do I really want? Like, how does my body feel?
Yeah.
And I really do believe that the false proclamation at the beginning of this podcast that I was going to become vegan has just made me think about food more, but in a different way.
Okay, yeah. Well, it just makes you more intentional, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. And like check in with my body while I'm eating and be like, I don't want to finish this thing. Whereas a couple months ago, I would have been like, oh, well, I have to finish it.
In front of me.
Yeah. Where now I'm like, I don't have to finish this thing. And I actually don't have to finish it. And I won't feel sick. But if I just like put the rest in the fridge for later.
Yes. Yeah.
I do feel like it's made me a lot more conscious of my eating habits for sure.
I think that's really great to hear.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Because that ultimately, I think with veganism or vegetarianism, anything like that, it's just eating more intentionally is what it is really to do. And you're just making an intention. So I think that is a perfectly reasonable thing. Even if you didn't go full vegan. I mean, I've never gone full vegan, so I'm not going to shame on you. But I think having that ability to really look into what it is you're eating and why and how, where it comes from, is that's at least that's some part of the battle. That's some part of the whole process.
For sure. And now looking back, I'm like, I don't need to like switch overnight. Like this can be, everything is a process. Everything's a journey. And that was just maybe the beginning of maybe potentially being vegan at some point. At the very least, being vegetarian.
Yeah, and you can also just think of things like if you were like, I really don't want to eat this meat. What's the alternative? What's the alternative to eating this thing or that thing? Yeah. Is there an alternative? I mean, there's vegetarian refried beans. There's options to do just about everything you could ever want. Yeah. So I think at the minimum, that's the perfect thing to do. Yeah. In your case, just be like, okay, how can I make this change? How can I make this change in this one particular thing, this one particular meal, on this one particular day. Yeah. As you move forward, and if this is the first time you got tofu, now it kind of breaks that barrier. Now you're like, okay, I'm going to get tofu again. I'm going to see what I can do with that. Totally. Rather than making some meat thing. I've done this with ramen very often. Where I make the tofu that tastes super tasty, adds my protein, throw that into a ramen that I make myself, and now it's like, great, I don't need to like go get some hanger steak and figure out how to cook that properly. Sure. Yeah, if anything, if I've learned anything, I'm very like growth oriented, Casey, and I always want to like be better, do better, like learn about myself and like grow as a human. And one thing I've learned over the last decade of like really working on that is that a big change is made of many small decisions. It's not just like, something happening randomly full force overnight. Like, even going sober from alcohol, the many small decisions were like, oh, I feel awful this morning. I don't want to drink anymore. And then I would drink again, of course, but growth is not linear. And so I think that my desire to like change the way I think about food and the way I eat will be a process. And don't at me. That's how you end it. That's very fair. Casey, that was plant-based diet, just desserts. Feel good about this. It is time for our Completely Arbortrary AMA. If you want to ask a question on the podcast, become a Treemium member at arbortrarypod.supercast.com. And this week, we got one from Katie, Casey. Hello, Katie. Hiya, Katie. Katie says, hey guys, happy autumn. Hope you're enjoying all the lovely fall seasonal things. Speaking of Trader Joe's, I've heard that allergies are dependent on different types of pollen from trees. I unfortunately am allergic to certain fruits, and it's because my body basically thinks I'm eating pollen. My doctor told me that it's dependent on the type of pollen from the trees. Apples and avocados are the worst for me, which sucks because I really love both of those fruits. Do they have a similar pollen structure? If trees do have different pollens, why would this happen? Fascinating, Katie from Florida. It's a great question. Casey. Yeah. Do trees are there different classes of pollen? There is. I don't know if quite classes of pollen is the right term, but they do have different shapes. They do have different looks. They have different things to them, kind of like snowflakes in that regard. What is pollen? So pollen is, for all intents and purposes, the sperm. It's the male gamete of a plant. And it's a tiny little packet of cells, essentially like a sperm, but it will go and land on the female part of a tree, the pistil, and it will then germinate and burrow down into the ovary where the ovule is. Okay. So it sends down what's called a pollen tube. The pollen tube then shoots down, and then through that pollen tube, it throws down its sexual parts, which I think is technically the gamete in this like very technical genetic kind of sense. It's almost like putting a needle in something and then injecting it with something. Exactly. Cool. Yes. So the thing that makes us humans feel all different kinds of allergies is that we have moisture in our nose. We have moisture in our sinuses, right? And the thing with pollen is that it needs a little tiny bit of moisture on top of the pistil in order for it to germinate and send down its pollen tube. So when we get it in our nose, it basically is like, oh, great, I'm in the right place. Bloop, and it grows and basically tries to burrow a tiny little tube into our skin.
Please, pollen. That won't work.
That's not going to work.
That's what makes your nose itch, is that the pollen is burrowing into your skin?
Well, it's less, yes, but mostly it is a response from your body as if something is trying to attack you.
Sure.
Because in one sense, literally, it is.
An invading force.
It's an invading force. So your body responds with an immune response,
okay,
which is why it feels like you're having the same thing as getting sick.
Oh, so itchy, scratchy is an immune response, but like your body's like, hey, there's something here we need to get out. Scratch it.
Exactly. It's like that's the histamines and things like that.
Cool.
But it also makes your nose like start to run a lot because you're essentially trying to push out all the stuff that's there.
Cool.
Which is funny. If you take an allergy pill, it dries up your sinuses. So it makes them dry so that if pollen gets in there, it's not going to land on a wet, moist spot and activate itself to burrow its little tube in.
And it can't germinate.
Exactly.
Okay.
So in different plants, of course, lots of different pollen will land on different plants. Then the genes are just not compatible. So it might burrow down or it might not. And if it does try to burrow down and it sends its genes in, they're not going to connect. They're not going to actually match up and go bloop, bloop, we're the right thing.
Sure.
So sometimes it does if it's like a hybrid and they're closely enough related that it'll work. But it's mostly just a genetic thing, you know. If you put two sex parts from different species in the same petri dish, they will not go together because they just don't match up. You know, the puzzle pieces don't align. So then they don't go together and, you know, make whoopee.
This has got to be this information has to have been used by some fundamentalist as anti-gay propaganda. They don't align when you put them in a petri dish.
They just don't align. Yeah, honestly, you know, maybe this is kind of a fun way to describe it.
Maybe there's something to it.
Yeah, maybe there's something to it. Hold on. I think I just converted myself.
Wow.
Yes. So
self-pollinating.
I just self-pollinated. So different pollen would do it, but also some people have different allergic responses to different pollen. So sometimes you are more or less allergic because you have a different immune response to different things.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
which is written in your DNA?
I think so. Yeah. You know, you get your different immunities from different people. Well, you get it from your dad or your mom, but also it's all the other people that came behind. So you can develop certain immune responses that are genetically passed versus not.
Interesting.
So you've also heard people who are like, yes, I am very allergic, and my mom is very allergic. I am very allergic to poison oak, for instance. My mom is really allergic. My grandma is really allergic.
Okay.
So a lot of people are, some people aren't. So your body just has different ways of dealing with it. It's the natural thing with any immune response, where some people develop it because they've been exposed to it, but some people were never exposed to things, so they are like wildly susceptible to it when they go to a different place.
Are you less allergic to poison oak than your mom? And is she less allergic to it than her mom?
Ooh, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we're both all of us are pretty dang allergic to it.
And your children will be
most definitely
allergic.
And if they're not, then thank God my partner had stronger immune genes than I do.
Sure, you got to interrupt that sequence.
Yeah, exactly. We got to crush that.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of times, the amount of pollen that comes out, as we've talked about, a lot of the trees will put out a lot of pollen. The ones that are the worst in like early winter and late winter, early spring, that kind of area where you're like, there's no trees that are blooming. Those are all conifers. So if you feel like you're having an allergic response in the middle of February, January, blame the cedar trees.
I thought that was a grass thing as well.
Grasses are in the late spring, early summer.
Okay.
So that was classically the cottonwood, where everyone would see the cottonwood fluff come out and they'd say, oh, I'm allergic to that. It's like, no, you're allergic to the grass pollen that is also in the middle of exploding at the same moment.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm not really allergic to a lot of grass pollen, but some years I'm more allergic than other years. So I think it has a lot to do with a lot of little things.
My mom grew up on a grass seed farm.
Yeah.
In a house on a grass seed farm.
Lynn County, baby.
She didn't just grow up in the fields.
Well, it would have been kind of cool. Like a little thatch roof.
She was, for being a child grown on a grass seed farm, she was crazy allergic to grass.
Yeah,
like
I can
her
imagine.
whole entire face would become purple and bloated.
That is insane.
It was wild.
Well, I have also heard that if you have if you're like more exposed at different times, then your body creates different responses, you know?
Okay.
But I honestly am not an allergist, so I have not looked into that. But I've heard like if you feed your kids honey when they are babies, they're less likely to be allergic to bees or to pollen because there's a bunch of pollen in that situation all the time. It just gets caught in there.
So regarding Katie's question, different types of pollen, there's not necessarily like categories. Like rosaceae pollen is really bad if you were, if you were born on the East Coast because blah, blah, blah.
You know, I don't really know.
Okay.
Like that's a really interesting question. I've never even thought about that.
Probably somebody out there doing that research.
There probably is. Yeah. I guarantee there's allergists looking into all these different things. But the thing that kind of my brain goes to is that pollen looks different and it's shaped different based on the species.
Okay.
So you can look at a certain pollen and say, okay, I can tell that this comes from a pine family tree or a specific genus in the pine family, but they all look so similar that I can't actually tell you the difference between the hemlocks and the Doug firs and the really closely related larches. Something like that.
Okay.
So there is this similar kind of thing where you look at the different leaves or cones or fruit bodies or something of different plants, the flowers, and you can kind of trace them in terms of their phylogeny, which ones are related to who and which ones have evolved further away from, the main last common ancestor, Luca. And you can do this with pollen also. So you can look at the pollen and say, okay, this pollen looks really similar, so I can put it in this category, so I think it's related to this plant. Or like I said, you can say generically, this is of an oak. Which oak? No idea, because all oak pollen looks really similar, but the genes inside of it are different that it sends down to the individual ovules.
Interesting. Okay. Well, there you go, Katie.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for your question.
That's
very,
honestly
very fascinating.
That's a good question. Usually we like to have questions here, and I usually have some answer, but this one might actually require a new bit of research. And here's the thing. Many of you don't know this. Half the time we get questions, and I'm like, I honestly don't know. And then like 2 months later, we do an entire podcast on it because I'm so curious.
Yes.
So I might add this to our list of what should we talk about next.
Wow, Katie, you've sparked the Casey Clapp curiosity. How about that?
What is different about pollen? Honestly, I've just never really looked into pollen in a really intense way. I've looked at it like, okay, how do flowers work? And that's about as far as I've gone.
It's a big part of plants, right?
Yeah, it is. Huh.
All flowering plants have pollen?
All flowering plants have pollen. That's right.
That's how I remember the guitar strings. All flowering plants have pollen. Thanks, Katie. Appreciate your question so much. And if you've got a question, like I said, if you want to support this podcast, become a Treemium member, arbortrarypod.supercast.com. That is ARBORTRARY pod.supercast.com. There you can join the Cone Club if you wish. And every month we will send you a brand new unique sticker of a botanical part, a leaf. Maybe someday a pollen granule.
Wow.
That'd be kind of cool.
I think I've seen like the electron microscopy. Whew, it's a hard one. Of pollen and that kind of thing. Yeah.
That would be fun. Little circle of like a petri dish.
I have added it into our list of things.
Good.
So
that's a very general list. Just a list of things.
It's not as long as you think, but it's way longer than you should have thought.
Hey, put meringue on there. That's a thing.
Yeah.
So arbortrarypod.supercast.com if you want to support the podcast. And we love all of our Treemium members.
Yes, we do.
Future, past, and present. Casey Clapp.
Crowson.
That's the end of plant-based diet, just desserts.
Feels really good.
I feel sick from so much sugar.
Yeah, we're going to need to do just plant-based beans now.
Yeah, let's do cleanse month.
Just
talk about like cinnamon and apple cider vinegar.
Yep. We're gonna have to call AG1 again and see if we can get their sponsor and be like, hey, talking about cleansing ourselves because we had a lot of sugar.
They hang up the phone.
Dang it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to this delicious episode of Completely Arbortrary. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye. Completely Arbortrary is hosted by Casey Clapp and Alex Crowson.
Our music is by Aves and the Mini Vandals, and our artwork is by Jillian Barthold.
To support the podcast and get rewards in return, become a Treemium member at arbitrarypod.supercast.com.
Thanks for listening.